What is up, everybody? Your favorite ninjas back in the building. Sets BK1. NInjaNation Gaming is back with a very unplanned stream, unplanned podcast. As most of you guys know, I'm very sick right now, but I've been sleeping all day. I've been chilling. And I got a notification today about a video, and this is a story I've been following nonstop. So, big shout out to everybody, first of all, for joining me today. We got some stuff to talk about, viewers and content creators alike. I just want to start off by saying I'm really fucking pissed off at what I saw today on this video. And I want to give a huge shout out to H3H3 Productions for going and doing this research and finding out that these things were falsified. And I've been following this because it really does affect every single YouTuber. Okay? Now, what I want to point out is that the Wall Street Journal, as some of you may know, has been fucking with a lot of YouTubers lately. And I woke up, I want to show this video. And as I said to you guys, I don't care about monetization. I don't care about ad revenue and shit like that. So if the shit gets copyright strike, I don't give a shit. This is more about spreading the news and what's going on right now. So, without further ado, I would like you guys, if you haven't seen it already,
what up, Ninja?
I want you guys to go and check out this video, okay? I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it because I want everybody to hear what's going on right now, and then we're going to discuss it. I have a few points I want to make. I did my little notes, and I did my research and stuff like that. But yeah. So, listen to this video. We're going to get into this. I'm going to play it in its entirety. I don't want you guys to miss out on something. So, listen to the facts that go along this video. And once again, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to H3H3, go subscribe. Make sure you guys follow this person. And go show him some love. Tweet him on Twitter. Tell him thank you. Tell him thank you for putting in the time to find this out. So without further ado, let's play this.
Today, guys, I am back in black, but it's not for us and it's not for YouTube. Today, I wear black for the Wall Street Journal because we have proof, overwhelming evidence that the images of brands' advertisements on racist videos are photoshopped, doctored, they're fake, and I have the proof. In our last video, I had suggested that the picture that the Wall Street Journal showed an advertisement on a racist video was perhaps fake. Have a look. I know, for example, that you can't put the N-word in a title of a video and not get demonetized. I know that. And I have to say I'm a little bit suspicious of these guys, and they've already proved that they're willing to fight dirty. Now, I got a lot of shit for saying that because I didn't have any evidence, and it's a little bit conspiracy theory. Why would the Wall Street Journal, a well-respected publication, lie or use shitty evidence to completely destroy a platform? I mean, we got a lot of kickback from our own community saying, Ethan, this is ridiculous. Well, you know this one's real. So let's start by looking at these Coke ads that ran on this video entitled Chief Keef Dancing to Alabama N-Word. I know that YouTube is not that incompetent. I know that, okay? And that's where that feeling came from, just being like kind of irrationally thinking about it. Like, this doesn't make sense. So this guy, Golag Bear, we were fortunately able to get in contact with him. And he was happy to oblige. So here is the lifetime earnings on this video from this guy, Golag Bear. Now, as you can see, this video over its entire lifetime made $8, okay? And it looks like it was monetized for all of 3 to 5 days max. It didn't make a single cent. It looks like he monetized it around September 1st, and it was quickly caught by YouTube's automated system that said this isn't appropriate. And you can see after the 16th, it completely flatlines, did not earn a single cent. So YouTube's system works, and this guy wasn't making any money. And let me just assure you that if it's not monetized by the user and if YouTube takes down ads, as they did in this case, ads do not run on that video at all. The creator gets a cut. So the fact that he's not making any money on these days means that no money was made for anybody and no ads ran on it. Now let's go back to the Wall Street Journal screenshot that they publicized and perhaps were even sending to Coke. Let's have a look at that screenshot and see how consistent is it. So here's the screenshot with people enjoying Coca-Cola. And in this screenshot, it has 261,000 views. And that is as many views as it ever got in its lifetime. He also sent me his lifetime views on this video. So look at this chart here. You can see that it never had, over its lifetime, it has 261,000, which means that they took this screenshot briefly before this video was taken down. That means that there were no ads running on that video at that time. The last time ads were running on this video was back in early September. That was 7 months ago. So how is it that they have a screenshot of a Coke ad on a video that was demonetized 7 months ago? This video in its lifetime made $8 over maybe 5 days at most. Where'd the screenshot come from, Wall Street Journal? Did you guys produce this screenshot? This guy, Jack Nika, suggests that he was taking the screenshots. Let's have a look. Now here's an excerpt on the Wall Street Journal's website entitled, "Google's YouTube has continued showing brands ads with racist and other objectionable videos." And guess who's the author of this article? Jack Nikas, the guy whose Twitter account we were looking at in yesterday's video, and this one now, the guy who's posting these fake doctored Coke ads on racist videos. Let's have a quick read. Google's automated system placed ads on some of the world's biggest brands, including Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, Amazon, and Microsoft, on 5 YouTube videos peddling racism and anti-Semitic comment, according to a review by the Wall Street Journal. Asked about the journal's finding that their ads were still appearing with such content on YouTube as of Thursday night, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Walmart, Dish said that they were suspending spending on Google except targeted ads. Starbucks, General Motors said that they were pulling ads from YouTube as well. FX Network, etc., were all going to stop spending on ads. Here they refer to 5 YouTube videos peddling racism. Which videos are you talking about, Wall Street Journal? I assume that it's one of these screenshots posted on the guy who wrote the article's Twitter account. And they say here that Wall Street Journal was the one who reached out to Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Walmart, and all these huge companies and asked them what they were going to do, which resulted in them pulling out. Furthermore, 3 of these screenshots came from the same exact video that we showed was not monetized. In fact, 2 of them have the same exact view count. How is it possible to serve 2 different ads to the same exact view? Update from Jack. Coca-Cola is pulling all non-search ads with Google in response to our story. 2 separate Coke ads played before this racist video. Guess which video it was? The same exact video that we showed wasn't monetized. Better call Coke back up, Wall Street Journal, and tell them you made a mistake, right? Seems like some simple fact checks could have gone onto it before you completely demonized and destroyed a platform and the income of all their users. He continues, we are now at the part in this story where a reporter spends a few hours on YouTube and can spark big brands to pull spending on Google. He's suggesting that it's him taking the screenshots, right? That's what I'm getting. Over the past 5 hours, I found dozens of ads of major companies on about 20 YouTube videos peddling racism. That's what he said. I found them, right? So let me get this straight, Jack. You took 3 screenshots, all on this one video. We've got Starbucks, Toyota, and Coca-Cola, and we're talking about this month, right? Because they all have essentially the same view count. This shit does not add up. And by the way, those are like the 3 most premium brands that all just happen to be running on this one very racist video in a span of, what, 30 views? You can see the viewership only changed by 30. This video didn't have any ads on it. Made $8 over its lifetime. Last time an ad ran on it, seen it from the source itself. September of last year. What's going on, dude? Something doesn't fucking add up. You got some shit to explain, dog. You and the Wall Street Journal. Guys, send this video to Wall Street Journal. Send this video to YouTube. Send this to other news organizations and brands. This is the smoking gun. There's something fishy here going on, and we need to demand answers from them. Because this is fucking our life up. This is war. Why is Wall Street Journal so hell-bent on destroying YouTube and YouTubers? Well, all I have to say is, you know this one's real, right? Little conspiracy theory, guys. Trust me, YouTube's not that incompetent. They do a lot of shit wrong, but they don't run ads on videos with the N-word in the title. I demand answers from the Wall Street Journal. I demand answers from Jack Nicklaus. I want to know what the fuck's happening. And, you know, they come at everybody. They've been coming at everybody, putting everyone's feet to the fire. Well, now, guys, it's your turn to answer for yourselves. This is bullshit. It's fishy as hell, and I want fucking answers from you guys.
So, after seeing that entire video, I see some of you guys are asking what's going on and stuff like that. Before I explain that, I just want to say a big thank you to H3H3 Productions for going out and informing the people of what was really going on. Going and doing your fact checking. Going and making sure. Because if you have a gut feeling, usually you tend to be right. And he had a gut feeling yesterday, and a lot of people gave him shit for it. So he went out and he got the facts. Same thing that I would do. If there's some bullshit flying around, I'm going to go sniff out the truth. And that's what he did. So big shout out to H3H3 Productions. And guys, if you don't know what's going on, in recent news, there has been a lot of major companies pulling their ad revenue off of YouTube. So that means the people who do this and earn a little extra cash on the side, not necessarily talking about the big guys, but anybody who is aspiring to be a YouTuber or people who have YouTube channels, the viewer and the content creator are being attacked by these people for some reason that have a vendetta against YouTube. This one guy is sitting here doctoring photos to make YouTube look like it's something it's not. And that affects every single creator. Every big YouTuber has seen a dramatic increase or dramatic decrease in profits from ad revenue. Now, you don't make a lot of ad revenue. When you're a channel my size, like I showed you before, I make about an extra $100 a month from ad revenue. The donations is what really puts any type of profit in our pockets. But at the same time, somebody who may be making about $1,500 a month off of their hard work, who is getting some money off of the ad revenue, they're going to be making $500 a month now. And if this is their job, if certain people, respect it or not, certain people do YouTube for money. And this could be you. This could be your friend. This could be anybody that has a dream. Some people have dreams of just making videos and creating, whether it be short films or gaming or something. YouTube is a platform everybody can use to make a little bit of ad revenue and use the bigger corporations to their advantage. Now, these bigger corporations just got swindled into pulling all their support for any YouTuber. They're basically saying right now at this point, YouTube is dead. And I can almost confirm this because I'm getting emails from people who are starting up their own platform who formerly worked for YouTube. Like a group of people. And they're explaining things. I'm going to quote from this email. I can't really say, but I'm going to quote from this email right now. It says, "And to make it easy, we made a tool that reserves your channel name and auto-syncs your YouTube archive in time for the open beta. No 40% cut to YouTube. You can get 100% of your revenue." So they're one-upping YouTube right now. There's platforms that are being birthed right now in some guy's garage because people are really believing, even the stock market is believing, YouTube is dead. And I want everybody to understand that this is all due to another attack. This is not the first time the Wall Street Journal has attacked a YouTuber. If you don't know about the whole PEWDIE situation, go look it up. You must be living under a rock. But seriously, second time Wall Street Journal, on their own behalf, decides to go and cause a situation. As you've seen in that guy's tweet, he's basically bragging. A few hours on YouTube and a little reporter like me can make big companies pull ads off of YouTube because of the doctored photos that he put together. Now, you guys may know, I'm sick as fuck right now. I feel worse than ever for the last 3 days. I got so fucking mad when I seen this video that I got my ass up out of bed. I got 2 sweaters on. I'm really like, I'm feeling it. I got the NyQuil. Oh shit. I got the NyQuil, the DayQuil. I didn't want to stream today. I got some Vicks. I'm all good. I got my tea. I didn't even want to stream today. I'm trying to get better. But how important this is to YouTube creators, viewers of YouTube, people who actually enjoy being on this platform, no matter who it is, far and wide, need to be informed. And I felt as my duty not to just cover a popular story, but this is something morally I feel I could stand behind because it's fucked up. You know me, I hate fucking snakes and liars. And that reporter right now has caused issues for people that have never done anything to him. Never. He's attacking certain platforms, and these people have attacked PewDiePie in the past. I feel like they feel like there's a grudge there because they didn't crucify PewDiePie enough as they expected. So now they're just coming after everybody's bread and butter on YouTube. And whether you do it for money or not, money shouldn't be an issue. The fact that you're meddling in people's livelihood, that's the fucked up part. Whether they do it for money or not, that's their own concern. But the fact that somebody is doing this from their fucking basement, sitting here and hating on somebody, so they sit there and they think of this fucking plot, how to get there, how to effectively smear them in some public way. And this guy succeeded. And right enough, everybody fucking fed right into it. All the companies pulled out. Everybody's suffering right now. Keem's covering it. Scars is covering it. Everybody on YouTube has made a video or mentioned what is going on, from down to YouTube age gate to the ad revenue being pulled. Now, for the big guys, this not going to affect them at all. For the little guys, this affects every one of you. The big guys, they're going to go from getting $10,000 a month to maybe $8,000 a month. They're good. The little guys who want, like, I have some people in here, so let me stop talking. I'm going to pull my buddy Ninja Tuna. We got Big Tuna in the building, and we got Tim Kane. Tim recently has been dove right into the YouTube game. You know, he spent a lot of money purchasing equipment, getting into it. He's an aspiring YouTuber. And we're going to talk about some things I have written down right here. This whole lie and scandal behind all this shit. We're going to talk to some people, and I want to know you guys' opinions as well. How you feel after knowing the truth. How do you feel? Do you think this is fair? Do you think that something needs to be done? And more importantly, do you think that we need to stand united and demand for answers? As one or two or 10 big YouTubers pestering them isn't going to be enough. You ever seen a protest? That's literally what it needs. An internet protest. On some level where we can get some fucking answers. So let me stop rambling. I want to pull Tim in here. We're going to pull Tim. And we're going to pull Tim. What's up, Tim? We got Big Tuna coming in. And we got Ninja Tuna coming in. We're going to disconnect. Join back in. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy. I'm sorry. I had to show the video and just... Let's talk about this, man, because we talked about it a little bit before. This is for everybody to hear. Tim, I'm talking about you, aspiring YouTubers and content creators, what it means for people like us. Because even me, on my level, we're going to be affected. But I've always been open and said that my ad revenue doesn't mean shit. It's just like, it's like food money and shit. It's extra money. But you just spent money on a green screen, the lights, the computer, the Elgato, all this stuff. You got everything set up now. And you keep hearing all this bad stuff, like recently, about YouTube. Because this is all going down from YouTube age gate to the ad revenue being pulled.
Yep.
How the fuck did that make you feel right now? Because I've been in that position. But coming from your perspective, how does that feel right now? Knowing that somebody intentionally fucked with your potential livelihood as you enter into this industry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah.
Set you there?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. For somebody that's starting out, and to let you guys know, I have 10 subscribers. And it's all the people that I know personally that are just supporting me and helping me build. This is in no way, shape, or form an easy thing to do. You do have to put a lot of time into it. You do have to upfront up a lot of money. I'm in between jobs. It's not easy for me to just go out and spend money on something and hopefully that it's going to work. But I from talking to you guys enough, seeing your success, and it's not like, it's an overnight success where you're a millionaire, but it's success to see that there's hope into not only doing something you enjoy, but seeing a financial return from it. And
Of
the
course.
amount of money that is put into this for just uplighting, the amount of time I put in just to set my whole stream up the way I exactly want it, the backdrops, the green screens, just to the research that I've put into this, and then to hear like, oh man, just to see a large scale amount of people say you don't need a ton of subscribers, you don't need 100,000 subscribers to make a part-time income on this. You don't need all that. That's very uplifting. But then to hear that ad revenues, monetizations are being pulled, it's just a poke in the eye. It's a pinch on the arm that kind of it's not to where now I'm not discouraged so much, just with the video that's come out with H3H3, but beforehand and listening to this, when you put all your money into this and you're so sure into something, and then somebody completely takes away your market, it's almost discouraging. Like, what do I do? Do I sell all my stuff? Do I continue to try and do this? Is this even worth it? I mean, yeah, I want to do this for fun. That's the reason I got into this. But at the same time, when I go back to work and I want to come home and I want to have my side hustle up and I want to enjoy my subscribers, I want to go and do Easter eggs with them. I want to show you guys my house and what my kid's doing on his birthday and things
Yeah.
of that sort, and show you my life and show you my life socially. It's just not worth my time and energy to show other people and get your voice heard and create a community, because now we just live in that world. We live in that world where doing something 100% free is just not. It's not malleable.
You should be
It's not
rewarded
worth
no
it.
matter what for your hard work. And I don't know if
Right.
people knew this, but we're doing the advertisers huge favors. It's basically, if you want to put it into context, it's like slavery money. We're earning pennies on the dollar when
Yep.
their ads are making millions for them.
Oh yeah.
So at the
yeah.
same time, if you know marketing and stuff like that, I've told you I've dug in my background for marketing and stuff like that. If you know this for a fact, that they're paying for advertisements, it costs money for commercials, it costs money for billboards, it costs money to get your product out there. Way more than people make on YouTube. But we're doing it for the pennies on the dollar. YouTube is capitalizing on it as well. Everybody's capitalizing it. This was like a gold rush. Everybody can make a little money on YouTube. Like you said, a side hustle. You shouldn't rely on this for income. This is, if you choose to do YouTube full time, you must have a plan. And that is your choice, and that is up to you. And if that's the case right now, this right now is gonna affect every single person who made that decision. Every single person who just enjoys the little side money on the side, able to buy diapers or freaking pay for freaking your car repairs or something like that, that's who's gonna affect the most. Is people who kind of rely on it but don't need it. At the same time, why shouldn't they get rewarded for their hard work? For all the people who blew
Exactly.
up, they were at that one point. And that money essentially gave them the tools and the way to up their equipment, make better quality videos, grow themselves to a point where now they can financially rely on YouTube. But the smaller guys, it discourages the shit out of them to know all this shit is going on. I want to point out something right now that I don't think most people know. All right. Jug, what's up, my ninja? I'm still sick as fuck. How relevant do you think the Wall Street Journal is these days? Anybody want to comment on it? Feel free to just talk up. How relevant do you think a newspaper place is compared to what we get on the internet? The true news that we see around the world from people's phones, from this, from that. How relevant do you think
They're
these
irrelevant.
newspapers
They
are?
are irrelevant. 100%. I don't fucking rely on Wall Street Journal, part of my language. I don't rely on that for my news.
The one
And from
percenters
what I
do.
hear, they are absolutely bombing right now.
Yeah.
And they're grasping at straws to keep themselves afloat. That's why they're doing what they're doing.
That's exactly what I have written here.
Right. And it's exactly the truth. You know, they bank on a simple fact as this, guys. They put that one Coke video that's 15 seconds on your YouTube video every, say, 15 to 30 minutes is usually the loop they run on. It can span anywhere in between that, okay? So say you have a family household of 4 to 6, which is an average American family household. That one video is watched by one person. But you go to the store and now bought a case of Coke because of seeing that.
True.
You've now supplied your entire family. So now they have 6 individuals off of one video.
Yep.
That's
The internet has
profit
taken
of
over a
market.
lot of the
That's
industries.
trippy as hell, man. That's
We were
the
just
craziest
saying
thing
it
I've ever
before
heard.
the stream. We were just saying this before the stream. The cell phone is now becoming the television. The television is now becoming the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is nobody's watching TV, and these companies aren't
Netflix and
bundling.
YouTube. That's all I can say right now.
Exactly.
The two
Yep.
things that are trending right now. All the little kids go to YouTube. If you got a credit card or your mom bought Netflix, everybody's watching Netflix and YouTube. Cable TV is going out of business. Fucking news companies are going out of business. All these corporations are trying so many desperate measures to stay afloat. And that even goes into another podcast I was going to talk about a podcast that H3H3 did, another video saying that the government just passed laws so that they could sell our data, because they need to know way more, because the regular old business model doesn't work anymore. Let's make a quality product and make people buy it. They're trying to know what you want to buy in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? What were their search history results? What are they looking for? Let's try to push that a little bit more on them, because they're all failing. Maybe it's a new advanced way to market, but I completely disagree with invading people's search histories and finding out all the information. Like, dude, that's all the private shit. Whether I want it out there or not. Like, so what? Like, how many people... I'm going to point out something else, too. UK passed the same law, but at the same time, the law states that they can go through every citizen's search history and sell the data to the highest bidder. Okay, companies can now do that, like Dell and everybody else. UK passed the same exact law, but with one stipulation. You can spy on the citizens, but nobody from the government it's applicable. So it has to be, the government needs to be protected, but the citizens can be spied on.
Yep.
So at the same time, this is all conspiracy to the max in my own brain, because I can't understand why they would go to such lengths to try and push a cocoa butter, a fucking peanut butter or something like that more than they already have to. It's the greed. It's the greed I'm feeling from all this. This reporter is probably some guy who's just sitting in his fucking basement looking for a come up and decided not to put in the hard work just to make some fucking story up. And now he's all over the place. Everybody knows his name. But his reputation just went to shit because he didn't do a good job making this shit up. In like 2 days, he was found a fraud. Are the advertisers going to come back? Maybe he did enough damage forever. Maybe the advertisers don't need to come back. Maybe they're not going to pay attention to the facts. They're gone. They're gone.
A lot of people forget this too. Deception is led by the blind.
True.
Plain and simple. And if you choose to be blind, you will always be uneducated and unaware of what is truthfully going around and happening directly in front of your face and under your nose every moment of the day. Deception is led by the blind because the blind act oblivious and clueless for a reason. Because if they actually open their mind and realize the realization, it puts an effect and a damperment on their lifestyle, on their choices, on their behaviors, on their purchases, on everything. They want everybody to be a uniform shape, size.
They like
mind,
control.
and heart.
They like order. They don't like
Unity.
Like we said before in a previous podcast. A lot of people don't want you to be you. They want you to model roles. Because if you be you, it's not acceptable in today's society. You need to go, you need to get a job, you need to be the robot that they planned for you to be So the 1%ers can be the 1%. People who raise questions and protest are always the wrong ones, no matter what, in the government's eyes or anything. And this whole corporation versus corporation, this is like basic sabotage. This is them trying to be relevant again and say, hey, we got some real news. Guess what? It's not boring. It's not just for 60-year-olds. They see the potential for the young audience. So they're going after the young audience that these people have, or everybody on YouTube. Casey Neistat said it the best. Okay?
I would bet you
these
my
old
life savings, dude. Go for it, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, these old news people and all the ways of the society worked and stuff, they're like the old people on the Titanic. And the new generation, the people who are on YouTube, the content creators, we're the fucking iceberg, okay? They know it, and they're scared. So they're doing everything they can to turn the wheel back around and head back in the direction in their glory days. But with people like H3H3 and just simple people, it didn't take much for him to get the truth. How stupid did this reporter really think the world was going to be? And these companies, obviously the companies and their PR people, got scared real quick. And I can't blame business. Once anything jeopardizes your business and your livelihood, which is what they're doing to any content creator who tries to make money on YouTube, it's their livelihood. The businesses know, if that's going to affect my livelihood, let me separate myself. The businesses fell for it. YouTube fell for it and acted guilty when they had nothing to be wrong about. But that's public relations. That's accepting responsibility and hoping that the community that they built accepts that. But this was all over for nothing. And me...
Yeah, and YouTube's lost their foundation and fundamental. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but YouTube's lost that foundation fundamental on what it was created on. It was created on a platform for everybody to be able to post and do what they please.
Exactly.
Others view
exactly. It was
and
the
love
place
what
you
they
could
do.
be free. You want to make a fucking weird
could be
dance
you.
video
You
with
can
chopsticks in your
express
fucking nose? Go do it.
You can
When
do it.
did this
Exactly.
become
You
such a
Exactly.
controversy for other corporations? They see the money.
Let me
It's the money.
It's the money. It's all about
That's
The
money.
time.
the money. But here's where the key ingredient is. It's two words: social media. Why? Because social media is 100% free. Anybody can get a Twitter account. Anybody can make a YouTube account. Anybody can get a Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Vine. Anything that you can think of that is social, anyone can do it, and anyone can grow a community to the millions. If PewDiePie started spewing out that, that weed is curing cancer, there are going to be enough people to create a controversy to say that weed is curing cancer because he has a following for it.
Yeah.
And that is
He has
what,
a voice.
That is what MSM, mainstream media, is terrified of. Because guess what? They have a controlled chaos right now.
Nobody trusts the news in general. I don't think everybody really in their gut, like we've been told since kids, don't believe everything you hear. You know what I mean? Don't believe everything you see. You don't know the backstory to shit. And certain corporations run the news. So they have stories to approve. They don't bring the fucking real news. They're like, all right, what can our viewers handle? What would get us ratings? Because in the end, it's about ratings. It's about ad revenue and money. How does TV work?
It's not showing the people what they want to see.
They just want to show you what you want to see. So instead of seeing the black kid getting shot or this getting, unless it's like something controversial that's going to get them views, instead of seeing the everyday fucked up shit that goes on in life, they're going to sugarcoat it with some old lady's interview about the park or your New York 1 minute or whatever. They just sugarcoat shit to the point it's called spin. Every news reporter, every journalist, every person who writes, even me as a musician, you need to know how to spin. That's spinning the facts. Like, it's crazy how they apply this knowledge for their own personal gain, though. Like, that's the crazy shit. The people we trust to inform us, I don't think we can trust. And this random guy who shoots a video on his phone and has no reason to fucking lie to me, I trust that more than I trust the damn news reporter who sits there and gets paid millions of dollars to look great and fucking give us some bullshit. And that's what this media shit is all about. All this attacking YouTube is basically, let's give the power back to the news people. All these people who we want, where they're missing out. You have to pay to read these articles online now. Most newspapers stop physical prints. Most people, a lot of news stations went out of business. Like, business is business. You're going to fail regardless. These fuckers are doing everything they can to stay afloat right now. And attacking one person who was PewDiePie, not getting the result they felt they deserved, which was complete crucifixion of the man for spinning the truth, taking shit out of context, which I've gone through with Jug and my own personal issues. People love to make themselves look innocent. They just doctored a bunch of footage, made PewDiePie look racist, and boom, here's a story. Why does that man have to suffer now? Because you found a nice target to attack. You found your weasel your way in. And he didn't get crucified as much as they thought. So what now? Let's go after their money.
Just to let everyone know, too, if you haven't been a part of any type of marketing job or any type of reporting job or journalist job, these people, they sit around in a circle in desk chairs, and they legitimately speak about what story can we make out of this? How can we make a headline of this? How can we get people to watch this or read this? They have specialists, people who are behavior specialists. They pay tons of money to sit here and say, if you word it this way, if you say it this way,
it'll resonate better.
It this way, it will resonate better. Exactly. And they will get people who are just you're in, and I don't want to say that they're lesser intelligent. I don't ever want to speak lesser of anybody, but people are on autopilot. And what
You're
I mean
absolutely
by that,
right.
People are on autopilot go and say and go, oh my God, PewDiePie's a racist. I'm not following him.
Most people are taught not to question. They're taught authority.
Exactly.
They're taught this is the fact. And when they're told something, they just follow. They follow.
Yep.
A lot of people are sheep, and it's sad in today's society. I've seen a lot of people break out and branch off of the sheep herd, but you're still sheep. You're following a trend. You're doing something. There's good trends, and hopefully they last. But a lot of these trends don't last, and that's the sad part. And we as a society are not taught to be ourselves or to question authority. We're taught to do the right thing, follow the rules, follow the law, go to work, have children, and that's it. So nobody's going to sit here and argue with a news reporter about facts. You know what I mean? So he's a news reporter. He must know. It's assuming.
We're taught to conform, dude. We're taught to be molded into what society develops and creates and establishes what should be or is the proper form to be. In realization, life is about experiences and failure. So why can't our government, let alone take that same thing? Why? Because they want the power to be able to manipulate, change, and mold us, the young generation. My 5 kids, my oldest 14, youngest 2, they want to mold them into being mindless fools, to where they're unaware and unadaptable to be able to change and transform what their future and everything else can be. They want that power. They want that manipulation. They want that complete string pull over everybody. And it's not just the U.S. government, it's the world government, guys. The Rothschild family owns the entire world. They are the richest family in the world. They own all of the major banks in the world. There's 3 countries right now.
When you got money, you got money, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. When you got that type of money, it's called fuck you money. It's called do whatever the fuck I want, and if I get in trouble, I just throw some money at you and say fuck you.
When you make
that's what it's called over here.
Yeah, dude, exactly, dude. They literally make more money than what most countries make an entire 100 years. So they literally can pay off every and any soul that they want to do their bidding. And I bet you, I'll stake my entire life savings, my house. They're behind this right now, pulling those strings, doing what they're doing. But they're doing it. They're trying to do it in a more civil manner instead of divide and conquer. Is what they've done when they've run into countries and literally paid mercenaries and militaries to come in, stomp, destroy, eradicate, and then come in and restructure, and redevelop.
Well, we're going too off topic with that, but
I'm sorry.
I get what you're saying. Let's fall back on the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, it's deception on things.
The Wall Street Journal
wants to trade.
The Wall Street Journal should not be any type of source of news that you should rely on. If you guys learned from anything with PewDiePie how much of a lie that was, and then for H3H3, who, like Seth just said, is just some YouTuber that did his own research and found it was a lie, for him to put that out on YouTube and show Wall Street Journal, who is probably close to 100 years of newscasting and reporting.
And it only benefits them.
Completely debunked. Yep.
It only benefits them. Keem, I was listening to Keem's podcast, and he's absolutely right, man. You know, they have some type of hidden agenda. There's some grudge right there. So ever since the whole PewDiePie thing, they specifically targeted the entire platform now. Not to eradicate the hate speech or whatever, but for a fucking story. That's it. Yep. That's it. For another 100,000 people to pay $5.99 on their website to read their article monthly. That's all they fucking did it for, was how do we bring more customers in here? Maybe the YouTuber, which is one of the biggest platforms in the world, maybe we attack him, we drag some of that audience over here, they would want to know more information. That was like a big test, and we fell right into it. I can't see that.
Well, and that's
To the Rock, thanks for the $3 holla, bro.
That was just like what Tim was saying, you know what I mean? The cell phone has become the new TV. The TV has become the new radio. You know, so they see it as, okay, well, an actual newspaper and an actual magazine is literally going to become obsolete. Instead, it's going to be walking up to the kiosk, swiping your phone underneath, and boom, there goes your magazine or your article or your newspaper or whatever it is that you want right then and there at your fingertips.
Well, I'm completely outraged at the unprofessionalism that Wall Street Journal has shown. And I want to ask everybody who's even watching this video, forgive me, I'm like very sick. And I really had to share the word. I had to tell you guys about this, and hopefully all it takes, if you're a viewer and you like a certain YouTuber, let's say, I want to tell you how this affects you. Okay? Let's say that certain YouTuber is Tim over here, for example, and Tim's been grinding his ass off. Or let's say it's my buddy, It's Red Fusion, and let's just say it's Pagapuncher or somebody who everybody's very popular right now and everybody really likes to watch and stuff. What if their money stops? What if their money doesn't allow them to continue doing YouTube? That affects you because you're the fan. You like these people. You want to watch these certain people. Anybody's favorites out here, you want to watch them. What if the Wall Street Journal actually succeeded in getting PewDiePie's channel deleted? There's millions of motherfuckers that love his videos worldwide. Every race in the fucking world. Everybody can take a goddamn joke. That's why he's one of the biggest. But what if he stopped? Mm-hmm. What if they actually succeeded in their plan? You're losing out. And us as creators, we're losing out because this is a community. More and more people are coming onto this platform realizing that this is the future. And I want to be very clear. Nobody fucking watches TV no more. They search up what they want to watch on YouTube, or they find it on Netflix or Hulu or something like that. Nobody fucking watches TV. YouTube is the future. Every little kid watches YouTube. They got YouTube Kids. Every kid knows about YouTube. Every kid. Since the first day they see a phone or a computer, they know about it. YouTube is the future. And that's a threat to these companies.
Is it though? Is it the fucking future? Like, pardon my language. Is it the future though? I don't know about that.
Well, look,
it's gonna last
like we were talking about before, right?
Yeah.
we were talking about before, YouTube might be dead. Like, but that's because of their actions and what happened right now. If these big companies, which I don't think people understand, these are some of the biggest companies in the fucking world. Every major company has pulled out. I can't name you any major company that I know of that's still running ads on YouTube with all the shit that's going on. And that is hundreds and millions of dollars that YouTube gets paid to share with the creators who promote those products. That's how it works. They get a bulk of the money and then we take the percentage. You know, it trickles down. But this is major companies that pulled out. And it could literally be, unless they come back, the death of YouTube. There's people out there right now, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, consorting with their friends, figuring out a way to make a better platform. There's streaming, there's Twitch, there's tons of platforms. I'm personally being emailed by people that used to work for YouTube, creating their own platform that is supposed to be way better than YouTube. So it could be but I'm saying in a sense, not just YouTube, but the internet is the future.
The internet.
The kids, the people who are creating.
Can I ask you a question?
Videos. Go ahead.
YouTube can very well be a transition.
It's transition.
Sets.
It's all evolution. You know, everything's gonna die off, and new things are gonna be reborn. We're just waiting for the next.
It could be reborn better, and that's what I think these people who are emailing me are trying to do.
Let me ask you a question.
Could be revolutionized.
I think that's it's about time.
Exactly. You've been doing
it
this
could be good
longer than a lot of people.
But it is right now. Is anything good being and anybody in on YouTube right now being affected in a good way? Because that's my main concern. Maybe future things will come along that people will see are better. You know, Twitch tried. Twitch has a lot of people, and it's becoming a bigger platform every day. But people have their certain nitpicks about it, and that's fine. YouTube is, like we said, if you in freaking Saudi Arabia, and there's two restaurants, there's this fucking halal stand and a McDonald's, you're going to walk in the McDonald's because you're familiar with it. And YouTube is that McDonald's. A lot of people put their trust in YouTube because it's the biggest platform of video sharing of its kind. Everybody else, like we said with the videos, there are other platforms are trying to copy what YouTube did in their own way. That's why Twitch TV is for gaming and other people use it for live streaming and stuff. They're finding ways to do it, but they're all doing it in their own way. They're essentially copying the giant that made everybody trust these videos. Every video that goes viral is YouTube. And now we got Vivo. You know?
The scary thing in that, though, is that, just like you said, I just looked it up, Googled it right now, February 16th, 2005 is when YouTube launched. Birth of YouTube, all right? 12 years plus now, they've been creditable. You have seen firsthand, because you are a streamer, you are a YouTuber, on what the corruption and everything lies with it. Not only that, but how the platform and everything needs to be changed to not better suit you, but better suit what you're trying to accomplish. Your goal, your whole focus and purpose is trying to help change a life, whether it's with a video game, whether it's a vlog about a parent or a kid or a disabled person, whatever it is.
Yeah.
How much has it affected you in the last 6 to 8 months alone with the way the changes of YouTube? Because YouTube's been going through leaps and bounds in the last year.
It's affected me. Of course, it's affected everybody. And that's why I agree with Big Tuna. I didn't want to leave that out. I agree with Big Tuna. I feel like this may be the pin that bursts the whole YouTube bubble. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. A lot of people came to YouTube to make money. Looked at this like a way to make videos, to entertain people for a living. And that is the American dream right there. If that's what they want to do for a life, instead of being the sheep and getting a 9 to 5 and doing all that. I'm not saying it's bad, but that's what generally the general public wants people to do. But what's so wrong about people wanting to make videos for a living? Some of these gamers I've sat next to at tournaments who won $800,000 playing a goddamn video game. That's more than I can say the workforce is entitled to or gets or is privileged enough to even see in a year. I can't say that about a lot of people, the general population. There's the 1%ers, the people who do way better and stuff like that. But it's discouraging to people who looked at this like a way for them to follow their dreams. Some people want to be filmmakers. Some people want to be jokesters and be comedy. And some people want to play video games. Some people want a talk show. Or some people just want to have their opinion be heard. I think if this is the reason that the YouTube bubble pops, that it's completely fucked up, because it was all based on false pretenses. Now, if YouTube fucks up itself and it just dies out, that's all fine. But for the Wall Street Journal to come in here and start picking at every little thing, going to these companies, just picture the Wall Street Journal as a person. That fucking weasel in everybody's group who's always trying to weasel his way through fucking life. That's how I'm feeling right now. Picture him like that. That's what they're doing. They went out to the company and said, "Hey, you know about this? Yeah, that's fucking bad for your business right there. Check that out." And it was fucking fake, but they got the reaction out of them. Completely fucked up. I couldn't be thankful enough for H3H3 going and doing that research. Because now the people on YouTube, viewer and content creator, need to share the word. Need to stand together. And I mean need, to demand a simple answer. I don't want a fucking crucifixion like they went after PEWDIE. We just want to know what is up with these doctored photos. And I think the companies that pulled out, I think the companies need to ask the same exact question and do your fact checking before you make such a decision that impacts millions. This doesn't impact fucking 20 people. This impacts millions of content creators on YouTube. Every person, small and big, it affects them in a negative way. And it was all under false pretenses, which is fucked. I don't like that shit. So I'm going to ask my stream to please share this stream. Please let your friends be aware of it. I don't know if we're going to do a follow-up on this. I'm going to go and I'm going to try and get a quote from the Wall Street Journal. I'm going to go and do some research. I'm going to talk to some people. I'm going to ask the right questions. In my own spare time, I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to try and deliver what I can to you guys. But right now, spread the word. The fucking war is on. All right? Wall Street Journal, no more bullshit. If you're not going to spew the truth, just let your company die and get the fuck off of YouTube's back. Because that's me telling you guys fucking suck at doing your jobs. And I think some of the people on YouTube could do it way better than you guys have been in the last month. All right? Not spreading all this fucking bullshit.
And sets, just like you had said, though. You know what I mean? You had touched on it in the beginning. You know, ones if that these companies are doing it just in the beginning as a simple, I guess, sign or visibility to see if people are going to try and drop off and drop their channels. This way they can be more, I guess, selective on their ad-based type setup.
Well, you can look at Keemstar's most recent video, who also covered this subject and showed, he showed tons of evidence. Thank you for that donation, Mr.
Weasel LMAO.
Hey, Tim,
First person I
wanted to ask you
picture
a
is
question.
Donald Trump.
How do you feel about, like, you're a brand new YouTuber right now, and you're just starting off, right? And
Yeah.
so what are your thoughts on your growth, how this is going to affect you, and if you are going to be affected at all? Are you going to continue to make content as regularly as you would, knowing that it could pay off or it could not pay off? Like, this could be, very well like close to end or the end of like maybe a kibosh of YouTube or whatever. But what effects do you feel being a brand new YouTuber?
Being a brand new YouTuber, seeing the effects that it's gonna affecting me as far as building a community, I don't think will hinder me financially. It will definitely hinder someone that's new, especially someone as new as me. Like literally, I've started. I have 3 videos. I've started last week. You know what I mean? So what I think won't be hindering is me being able to build a subscriber base, and if I can use YouTube as my platform to build that base, and YouTube starts dying out, and my followers start seeing me going onto Twitch, or they start seeing me on another mainstream website or any other type of social media, and they follow me. Not only have I created a community that's trusted me and that I've built a relationship with and a stable relationship with, exactly. You know, I'm going to continue to do YouTube. I'm going to continue to stream. I'm going to start, I want to push it and try and stream every day if I can, and just go for it, because to still build the social platform and the social following that you can get from YouTube is still there.
Yes.
Is it competitive? Yes.
Yeah.
We said that before in the conversation. I want to make that perfectly clear to anybody who watches this video. I don't think it'll affect anybody's growth. Money? Yeah, of course. That's exactly what it's affecting. Growing, this is still going to be the trusted platform.
It's going to hurt everyone financially.
There's still millions of viewers on here, so your potential for growth is still there. Any new YouTuber starting out shouldn't get discouraged about that. If it's a side hustle like Tim looks at, you may hinder in the money aspect. But like you said, if it starts dying out, maybe the growth potential won't be there. I can't predict the future, but I'm pretty sure they're stable enough to keep the growth there. But your growth might not be as important to you as maybe your ad revenue or the money you get off of it. Everybody to each their own.
But if that's your main goal, then you really shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Why are you you're sucking the pleasure out of the whole experience from anybody? You're out there trying to make videos to help people, to get along with people, to actually build a community and have a bunch of people come together. But then these people kind of rip that from you. That's kind of bullshit.
This is actually going to show true colors of the big YouTubers too. Anybody that's over 250,000 subscribers and they stop doing it, it's going to show their true colors. You're going to see those people go, oh, you know what? I'm not making enough money.
I don't think they're going to stop doing it because, like we said, it's not going to affect them. It's going to affect them like this much, and everybody else it completely affects. It's going to affect the YouTubers. They're going to put a little dent in their pockets, but they've already made, like, you know how much money you get off of like a 5 million view video? It's a lot of money. A lot of money. Maybe like 5-10 grand. Okay.
Okay. So how many?
How many fucking views do these guys got? They made tons of money. It's not gonna affect them.
That's based off of the views that it's getting, correct, and the duration of time and stuff.
I'm gonna judge them if they don't spread this fucking word and defend the platform that fucking built them to that stature, that gave them that financial freedom for Noah to go buy his house and for freaking everybody to financially benefit. There's a lot of them on there. Every vlogger, not just zombie YouTubers, I'm going to lose a lot of respect for people who have a huge voice and say nothing. And say fucking nothing and deal with it because they know it's not any penny off their back. I respect the shit out of Keemstar for bringing it up. He's even feeling the effect of it. He's not that big of a channel. H3 is going to be affected. He's not that big, but he spoke up. Keem spoke up. I want to see more people speak up because I'm fucking deathly ill. I couldn't sit in that bed and not do this stream because I can't wait till tomorrow. This is how I feel right now. I'm fucking pissed. I need to speak up and make sure people, at least in my community, know this is what the fuck is going on. And this is fucked up. We all need to come together, spread the word, start tweeting at the Wall Street Journal, ask and demand for answers. Same thing that we did with Lee Ross. honestly, I feel like if we don't stand together, in 6 months see this platform crumble due to scrutiny and due to all this false shit, and then you can be like, damn, I wish we would have did more.
And that's what scares me, is because, like, okay, Ting's just starting out. I'm about to start out, dude. I've got 2 subscribers and 0 content. OP to that, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? My sole purpose is to help people, educate people, teach people.
You're not going to be able to if
somebody.
this shit crashes.
Exactly.
You're not gonna
A
be
lot
able
of
to
people
do
are
it.
going to be out of...
Zombie or multiplayer. Like, I love just posting things in general about my life.
Yeah.
I'm 33 almost. I've got 5 kids. I've been through a lot in life. You know what I mean? Maybe my words can be able to touch somebody else. And this scares me because I'm about to go, you already know, I'm about to go into surgery for my knee. I'm about to want to try and start streaming and doing this stuff to try and maybe help supplement maybe just a little bit of my income that I'm going to lose and I can't get back because I'm going to go into now possibly a few months of being laid up from a surgery. And others, there's other people that are just in my situation that are thinking the same thing. You know, hey, I can maybe not only just have fun doing what I love to do, but maybe be able to just help supplement just a little bit of my income, even if it's $20.
The fact that they're going after this stuff and affecting all the big guys and the little guys,
exactly,
it's just wrong. There's no way to spin that. It's fucking wrong. And this dude who faked these fucking pictures, you got no fucking life, buddy. I hope that your job fires you. I hope that somebody finds out the truth. And I'll give all the respect to Wall Street Journal if they correct the situation themselves. Because you fucking started this shit. Now that it's fake, and we know this, and there's evidence, you better fix this shit. It's only right.
They're going to make a story to cover it. They're not going to admit
the
shit.
will. They're going to pull out something like the Jewish
have no
Holocaust,
integrity.
like what they're trying to do right now. And
There are some people who this platform just helps on a mental level. There are some people who come on here to be distracted from the world. Okay? There are some people who are not that happy. And people on this platform make people happy in general. Some people are just fucking dicks. Some people are pranksters. There's a reason you search up everybody on YouTube. There's a reason you type in that person's name. Whatever it is, that shouldn't be fucked with because of other people. That really shouldn't be fucked with because of other people. And I don't know if that's the case in this situation, but I really don't think that they should be doing this for their own benefit. It's only their priority and their prerogative to fuck with our livelihood for no reason other than to have a story, to get some more subscribers, and for the money. So, at the same time, I feel like we need to stand together more than ever. If you're a believer in YouTube, maybe the future, you'll be something brighter. Maybe you still have the potential to grow, but like Big Tuna said, if it fucking fails, you just ruined a lot of people's hope for a lot of things.
It was also, you know, just like you said before, don't let this discourage.
What up, Ninja?
You know what I mean? I'm not going to let this ultimately discourage me because I want to do it and do YouTube. Simple fact is, I want to help others. I want to try and help somebody else that was in my situation.
It shouldn't discourage them.
2 years down the road.
It shouldn't discourage them. The information that we shared today should infuriate people. Infuriate. That's the result I want to see. I want to see people get fucking real and say this is fucking wrong. Be a decent human being.
You say you want them to get infuriated. What do you actually want them to be doing after that? You know, you can get everybody hyped up, but what is actually, what are they, what do you want of the people to
I want the fellow content creators who have a voice to make that voice be heard and do the right thing. I want the people who support YouTubers to go out and demand answers from the Wall Street Journal. Flood their Twitter. If you've ever seen the public rise up to anything that they collectively felt was wrong, they get results. Whether it be on Twitter, whether we got to go on fucking 4chan and hit some people up on Anonymous or whatever the fuck it is, okay? You all have brilliant fucking minds. Let's figure out a way to make the Wall Street Journal either own up to their bullshit or correct the situation.
Or die out.
Or die, let
That's-
YouTube die.
Or
telling-
die out.
I'm telling you.
What up, Ninja?
And here's the thing. It goes back to powerful times of Civil Rights Act. One man got in front of millions of people and said, "Stop riding the bus. Stop riding it." And millions of people walked to work. Millions of people boycotted because they were that strong about a feeling of that. And if you feel that strong about something, don't support it. Don't go on the Wall Street Journal and look this up. Don't give them their click revenue that they want. Don't give them that satisfaction of
They
staying
monetize
alive.
those views the same way they monetize YouTube views. Every
It's-
time
Oh,
you
yes.
click on that
Every
article, they
time
get
there's a
money.
click.
Every
Yep,
time you click on
click
that
that's
article.
on that article. Yep, exactly.
Don't give them that satisfaction. Look, if you don't like Coca-Cola, don't click on their ads. Don't even acknowledge it. If you don't like CNN, don't be a part of a cable company that pays them a subscription commission for being a part of that cable company. Just boycott. We have so much power that they have mind fucked us, and excuse the language, but they have, into thinking that we don't have. Just if you hold one stick and you break it, and how easy that was to do. Now hold 10 sticks and try to break it and see if you can do it. You can't, because
can't.
it's the force of 10
Once you
sticks is so much
bond
harder to break.
together- Exactly. Once you bond together as one, it's an unbearable and unbreakable bond that you cannot force to change.
If
It's
you guys,
an inevitable process that is what is needed right now, just to be able to drive everything into a more positive standpoint. Just
you
like
guys-
you said, everybody
right.
has to boycott it. plain and
if
simple.
everybody's listening right now and you don't know what the next step is to do, and you want to support this, to support something like this, it's a boycott. You do it by not doing it, if that makes sense to you guys. So if you don't like Wall Street Journal, don't even type it in. If you don't like it, go on Twitter and just put and at Wall
I don't
Street
think it
Journal,
would affect them like
hashtag
that.
fake news. You guys you're not worth our time. Bad
I don't
PR,
think it would
and
affect them like
people
that. How could
How do
we
we affect them then?
how could
And-
we
and
affect
just-
them the way they affected us?
Well,
They
and
came
just
after
like
everybody's bread and butter. They came after everybody's livelihood, their sponsors. They didn't even come target YouTube. They just made up a story, went that way with it, said, look at this shit, and now everybody's fucking suffering. So how do we do that to them? Eye for an eye,
So
right?
then Jack Webb actually kind of touched that right now, and he said simply as creating a petition, and that's actually not a bad idea, because we can create a petition as the people, not just as YouTubers, but we can create a petition as the viewers of YouTubers and how it's affecting them, how the due process and how all this is affecting them. Because ultimately, no matter what, as us creators, as us streamers, as us dreamers and inspirers, they are the ones that give us that inspiration. They are the ones that are giving us that focus and drive and dream to do what we do, so that way we're touching those lives and inspiring them. So everybody as a whole, like you said, not just creators, not just YouTubers, not just streamers, but the actual viewers, the common person that their comment might not be viewed but is actually seen or not shouted out, is still being seen. That voice can still be heard as long as everybody speaks together as one.
Yep.
That's the sole purpose, as one.
Well,
We have
Faye
to
made a
come
good
together
point
as
too.
one.
Eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. I kind of agree with that. But do we take the high road? Do we take the high road since we know that they didn't? Do we
Well,
be
I know, it's
the
just like
nice
I said,
guy and say, leave
I
it
like
alone?
the petition idea, but a petition has to have an agenda, and it's usually a legal agenda when it comes to a petition, which for me, my outlook on it, you guys can correct me or you can say it's wrong, but I think anything that is proven false or false reporting, it absolutely should be some type of federal crime or some type of crime or some type of illegal intent to the public, and you should be held accountable for it. If Wall Street Journal puts out fake news, you should be held accountable for it, and it should be a crime.
Well,
I'm not saying social media
falsely
should be a
saying
crime.
something about somebody else is legally determined as defamation of character. So it's legally illegal to do that.
Then
It's
we can probably
illegal
get a
to
petition
falsify
for it to be
documents
tried.
as well, resulting
It
in
is.
major corporations pulling millions of dollars out of funding for advertisements. Whose agenda did this really serve? If you put this in a legal standpoint, if we actually get enough petition signers and a lawyer willing to take the case, Wall Street Journal could be in a lot of scrutiny. But what the fuck are they gonna get done? What's gonna happen to them? The banks screwed up billions of dollars and they got bailed out. What's the Wall Street Journal gonna get? A slap on the wrist? A fine they can't afford? They got lawyers. They got lawyers just for this shit. So I don't see that affecting them in some way because a petition is just a petition, a silent protest.
Right.
Well, okay, and I just looked up the actual true definition of what a petition is on all actuality, because a lot of people have different takes of it, okay? A formal written request, typically one signed by many people appealing to authority with request to a particular cause. So here is our particular cause. So by legal standpoint, we don't need to have it to where it's something that has a deadline or a timestamp on it. As a whole, as a community, as one, we can all create something to be able to petition against it and make our voices heard as one.
What do you say, Big Tuna?
What do I say?
Do you think that would effectively work?
You know what? I don't think so. No matter what happens, you know, the petitions you throw out there, the petitions that you throw at them, you don't have enough power.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of people that we may be able to generate to combat this situation is not going to be, it's going to be a pinprick to the Wall Street Journal.
Exactly.
It's not going to do anything. We're going to, you know, you need to handle this kind of in your own way. And if you want to kibosh Wall Street Journal, then go for it. But, you know, that's your own personal preference. Nobody's telling you to do this. If, you know, if you're going to be doing YouTube, if you got into it, you're going to be doing it because you enjoyed creating the content and helping people, not just helping people, but enjoying a video that you make with other people.
Yeah.
You know, and it creates community. You meet friends and you meet really, really cool people doing this kind of stuff. And, you know, when corporations like this come and just try and throw a fucking stick in the spokes, it creates controversy that, you know, causes this kind of bullshit. And we don't like that. So it's your choice if you want to kibosh it. And it's really everybody's own fucking opinion, to be honest. If you hate what they're doing, then kibosh it. But if you're not really going to do anything about it, if you're not going to sign a petition, you can talk all you want about signing the petition. But are you really going to fucking go ahead and hire a lawyer and do all that kind of stuff? Who are we right now?
No,
Like,
I'm not
we don't
saying
have
that,
kind of
but
power.
you would need, like,
We don't have it.
Entertain the thought of the word spreading and people taking a stand. That's why I'm mainly really want the people on this platform, that the platform got attacked. The big guys can do that. I can't do that. I know that. I'm in reality right now. I can't make an effect on this. My community will knock on the door and the door won't get answered.
The people
But
that you need to get in touch with
or
are the
100
people that are gonna
communities from all these YouTubers, that's enough people. That's an outburst.
But the people
how?
that can
That's
do
what I'm
something
saying.
about it won't
Exactly.
do anything about it because they're well off right now.
Yes, that's what I'm
Exactly,
saying.
because
How
like
would it
you said-
affect them, even if we got that many people? I just think
The
they should
reason why
own
it
up to
will
the
affect them
bullshit
is because
and
as
tell the
soon
truth.
As soon as we
I
attack
agree.
and hold their revenue at hand is when they respond. The reason
No,
why
no, no.
is because
We won't be
for
able to
simple-
affect their revenue. The readers are going to read. People are going to be curious. You can't cure curiosity. You can't do that.
But
People
here's the
who are
thing.
already sub to them,
There-
they're obviously well off enough right now to the point where they can do whatever they want. But
They
I
don't
think
give a
from a
shit.
moral
YouTube crashes or
standpoint,
anything
people
like
who
that.
follow that company should demand them to make right. It's an honest mistake. The guy was probably a reporter who wanted to come up in life, just like everybody else, and he chose a shortcut instead of getting actual facts. And if Wall Street Journal
It's
can
very well
make
the
this
case.
right, their integrity can stay intact.
It could very well be the case. I mean, somebody probably, you know, it could have been a senior producer or, you know, a supervisor, somebody who was looking for the promotion that's coming up, and they saw an opportunity to see, you know, oh, maybe this would be a good idea. And like I said, it could very well be a department that's sitting around in an office saying, what can we do to create content? You know, we had a lot of battle. We had a big lashback on PewDiePie, and somebody that was affected in that department took it personally and said, we should do it this way. We should do it this way. You should have this happen. And you know what? We're going to say that these extremist videos are getting monetized. And Coca-Cola.
I know people who work in the news industry, and I want to quote something they told me, just in conversation. But I remember this because I couldn't believe how they could just nonchalantly say this and just feel like it was okay. They work in the newsroom, and they said, when we don't have news, we make it up. We make news up. When they need a story, there's not big stories out there all the time. They make stuff look fancy. They call them puff pieces. They're spot fillers. and this is a clear-cut evidence of some shit being made up to get views, to get a rise. Have your name back up on the top.
That's what it is. No.
If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. If you do watch the news, you're misinformed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple philosophy.
Yeah, man, you said it best.
Like you said, the blind lead the blind. So the corruption is the blind, and they want to continuously lead the blind. Why? Because if nobody asks questions and says anything, it's pretty easy to be able to take somebody
What up,
along
Ninja?
for a ride. Just saying. You're not going to just randomly pick somebody up on the side of the road without them asking a question. They're going to ask you what you're doing, what do you want. Like, there's going to be a bunch of factors within it. But if you blindly and obliviously go, that's your own judgment, and that's what they're basing and hoping that the community, the world, and the people conform to. They want us all to be just completely mindless fools and
It's a
unaware.
very big platform to just attack like that.
Yes, they just want to. And they
Can't
know
see the
that if
reasoning
they
behind
attack
it.
YouTube, if they attack YouTube and they hit YouTube first, just like you said, YouTube's been around for 12 plus years. They have a credible name. Everybody and their mother is going to go to YouTube to look up somebody to find out who they are, what they're about, everything. And if it's not YouTube, it's in Google, which it doesn't matter at Google at that point, but still, YouTube is that unity, like we said. So if they hit YouTube first, they already know that if they create that uproar, they already have that satisfaction. They know now where they can attack next and be able to try or play wherever they want to go. If we stop it and we speak up, we can actually be heard. Like
We can bring attention to it, but if their agenda is to strictly get views and they're not going to have any remorse for their actions and the people that it affects, we can't do shit.
But if we're 10 sticks, we're 10 sticks that can't be broken, opposed to one stick that can possibly be
You're right. That's why I'm asking the community to unite. Have your voice be heard. You could be a 200 subscriber channel. You could be a 5 million subscriber channel. Voice your damn opinion. Let your voices be heard, and let the public be aware of what's going on. The fishery, the bullshit, all this shit that's going on. Just speak up about it. We do have a personal responsibility to the people that we put out content to. As a content creator, I have a responsibility to speak up if I feel something's important, because I have an audience, and you guys should be aware of it too. So everybody that feels wrong about it should speak up. What were you saying, Tuna?
I think everybody should thank you for that as well, because not a lot of people are going to take that opportunity and start talking, and especially stream this kind of subject. You know, I don't see anybody else doing it right now, other than the only person that I see attacking them is H3H3 and PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Now you're going for it, and I think that a lot more people, a lot more YouTubers should definitely get on board.
I think they should get on board if they feel it's the right thing to do. I, in my heart, feel it's the right thing to do. That's fucked up. They already went after PewDiePie. They proved that just off of watching all the evidence and out of the context, the way that they took stuff. That's like me watching the Jug diss video on me. It's like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? Do you think we're that dumb? Do you think we're that fucking dumb? We don't see the doctored footage and the way you made him look? Completely out of context. If that's their goal, we ain't reaching nobody. But I feel like it's just fucking wrong. I don't think that whether you do it for money or not, you shouldn't be affected by somebody else's personal agenda. And this is a company's personal agenda, I think, on YouTube. They're attacking PewDiePie. They didn't get the results that they expected from attacking PewDiePie. So now what? A follow-up piece. More news about YouTube playing racist ads. Blah, blah, blah. It's just controversy.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Anytime PewDiePie has been depicted in the news is like this fucking guy who didn't earn where he is right now. They shun him. They're like, oh, PewDiePie makes $4 million a year. It's always about the money and stuff like that. They make him look bad. Guy's an entertainer. Kids fucking go there for 10 minutes to fucking have somebody else's entertainment. The guy knows what he's doing. And obviously, he's the biggest guy on his fucking platform, and you go after the big fish. Because if you can knock out the big guy, everybody else is scared of you. Don't say nothing about the Wall Street Journal. He'll get your shit deleted. And that's what they wanted. They wanted his channel deleted and removed, and for some personal reason. He got dropped from YouTube Red. He got dropped from Disney. They fucked his shit up. And that was wrong. Now they're coming for everybody on the platform, not just one big guy. They saw that they could fuck his shit up, and YouTube went along with it, which I think is the biggest mistake YouTube could have made. YouTube went along with that shit. Fired PewDiePie from YouTube Red. Canceled the series and all that. They made him look guilty. But you're telling me people from the executive office looked at the video that they put out and told just the articles and all the stuff, and they said, yeah, he's a racist. From working with this guy for fucking years, that was just a bad business decision.
All of a sudden just determined that he's a racist?
Now he's a racist?
Yeah.
Come on.
Fucking sense, man.
It's just, you guys need to open up your eyes and be able to see through a lot of bullshit that goes on. And I feel like I needed to speak up on this. I think we've covered it all. I want to say thank you to Tuna, Dig Tuna.
Thank you, Sets.
Tim Kane, and freaking Ninja Tuna for coming on here and just discussing it. I feel like these discussions are healthy for the community. I usually have no bias, but I'm completely fucking biased against the Wall Street Journal because I don't think that they are giving you any type of real facts. And it's been proven within the last 2 months about the PewDiePie thing, and now we're getting evidence about the fake photos. Come on. I have no faith in
and
them.
I would love to touch right now on the simple fact is that Big Tuna, the real Tim Kane, myself, we're not anything special within YouTube. We're not anything special right now. But you know what? It doesn't matter that we're special. You came to us for a simple fact is that you know that we're going to be truthful, we're going to be honest. You came to us also because it goes to show that it doesn't matter how big or how small you are. We all have a voice in the matter. Something.
We all have that same opinion.
And that's and
I really that personally made me feel bad for Tim. That made me feel bad for Tim because I just witnessed Tim go through websites to get his Elgato, got his green screen, got all this. I've literally watched him go through the process to set all this up. Yep. And now YouTube pulls their ads, and for a little guy like him who is all fired up and getting ready to do this, like, what the fuck? My world would be shifted. If I was at his point in the start of this, I'd have fucking left. If my intention was just to make money off this, I'd have fucking left. Bye-bye.
But see,
I could go focus on music. I could go do this. I could go put in an extra work hour.
I've lost a lot more money.
Bottles on the side of the road. That's as much money you're going to get.
I think Tim is in the same boat as me. We both, and he's already lost the money. I'm currently about to lose the money into it. But see, we don't see it as a money whatsoever. We see it as what we're trying to do. Our sole purpose and focus is just like what you're trying to do.
You got to look at it as an investment in yourself.
Yep.
You're going to build a community who's going to be truthful with you. Hopefully, you'll be able to build a community just like mine, where everybody is nice, is chill, is honest, and just here to have a good time. I don't like seeing, all these other people on YouTube doing it for the money and stuff like that, and strictly for the money. I can understand it when it gets ridiculous and you start getting tons and tons and tons of money. Some may be lucky to just blow up and stay true to the game, but a lot of people always fucking change. I've seen it firsthand, and I've seen it. So as long as you're here to have fun and build your communities, I feel like you guys don't have nothing to worry about because the growth is still there.
Don't forget who you are. Stick with that. Don't fucking...
Don't forget who you are. Act like you always acted. Don't change
if there's
just
anything
because
you
you
guys
bigger
can
now.
take, anybody watching right now, if you can take anything from, if you want to take anything from me, there's two things in life you can never get back. Everything else is replaceable, and I mean that in its purest form at face value. The two things you cannot get back is time and people. You can replace absolutely everything else in this world. So when you lose sight of who you really are and you let certain things change you, then you're not only doing a disservice to yourself, but you're affecting people around you at that point. When you do something, and that's anything in life, good or bad, if you do something, it's going to affect people around you. And showing how whether you care or not is going to show you what kind of person you are. And that's the kind of people you want to surround yourselves around. And that's why, I joined the Ninja Nation. That's why I started following you. That's why when you got me on a Discord and I talked to more, I wanted to do YouTube more, because I surrounded myself around the people I wanted to be around. And if you're the type of person that you don't like Wall Street, just don't be that type of person. And if you see somebody that's around that type and says, "Oh my God, did you see what Wall Street posted about?" YouTube's now becoming a bunch of racist people because they're supporting extremist videos. It's like, all right, see you, buddy. We
Don't
can't
follow
convince
that
you.
trend. Don't
Yeah,
believe
don't follow
everything
that
you
trend.
hear,
We-
and do
we
your
see
own
you, buddy.
research.
Well said, Tim. Thank you very much for that. That's great.
Just like
You are who you surround yourselves around, and you got to stay true to that. You guys have to stay true to that. You have to.
and
Well
I
said,
think
man.
I've said
Well
that
said.
before too.
100%. I
can't
couldn't
remember
agree
exactly
more.
who it is, but there is somebody that said the same thing. You are who you are when no one is looking at you, because
Yeah.
if you're that person that's staring in a mirror, and you're that person 100%. You can go out and be that person, no matter what it is, no matter what the instance is. You can always be that person who you want to be, and you don't let anybody otherwise change or say that. Plain and simple.
Faye made a really good point. She said that I think this issue is being used to push the changes in YouTube and bring in the paywall. They're so eager to add, but they know viewers won't like paying for the services that's been free for years. And what up, Jen? What up, Pack-a-Puncher? Sorry, guys. I'm just really focused on this conversation.
There's no reason to put paywall up. That's absolute bullshit.
I mean, they make enough money. Do you think that they're really...
No. They're not hurting
So
for
it's
nothing. They don't need
it's
that kind of
John-
shit. They're just putting that out there for
Google,
just to make
YouTube,
extra revenue.
YouTube.
Remember
is
who you're talking
Google's
about. You're talking about
side hustle.
Google
Let's be
here.
honest.
Google.
Yeah, YouTube is
Not
Google's
YouTube.
side hustle. That's not
YouTube
even,
is
it's-
Google's side hustle. Google
That's
got
exactly what it is.
tons of
YouTube
things.
is
They don't need that shit.
YouTube is accountable for 3% of Google's annual revenue. 3%.
Yeah.
And it's $1 billion corporation. It's $1 billion corporation. 3%. Let that sink in.
Fucking sick as a dog.
Well, and just like, okay, I was trying to find out who said what it was. It was John Wooden. And the quote is, "The true test of man's character is what he does when no one is watching."
True. But I think it's even more if you just be yourself when everybody's watching.
Yeah, and that's exactly right.
That's what society
that's being you.
shuns. They don't want you to
That's
be
exactly what you're
yourself.
right.
When you're in the spotlight, you gotta be this way. You gotta act this way. You can't say this. You can't say that. But on paper, they want to give you all these fucking freedoms and then shun you for actually using them. That's the sad part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise your rights, guys. Exercise your rights. Know your rights. And just, again, you got to stay true to who you are, and just always look. You want to look at both sides of the story, and you want to find the truth in between. That's absolutely what you have to do. Don't ever.
You need to use your minds. Don't just believe everything. Question stuff. It's good to question stuff.
We're all
good to
ninjas,
learn more.
All right, we all know how the mind works. We know how to manipulate the mind. All right, use it properly. don't mess around. All right,
Don't use this
follow their
power for
bullshit.
evil.
Yeah, everybody knows how to use their mind, so use it for good. Don't be playing along with this kind of bullshit that you're hearing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we've at least spread the message enough to the point where somebody's gonna at least do some research. I do encourage you guys to tweet at the Wall Street Journal and ask for an explanation, without a doubt. That's the least we can do. The least you could do is take 2 minutes, 140 characters, to ask them why, they want to fucking take away your livelihood. Ask them why they're targeting simple people who are just putting up nice videos. Maybe some people are following their dreams, or some people are making a living off of it. Why are you targeting us? And what do you have to say about the fake pictures? Let's get answers. Let's get results. If you guys get something responded, please tweet it at me at CETS_ on Twitter. Let me know. I said myself, I know some people. My father's wife works at the Wall Street Journal. No, not Wall Street. She works on Wall Street, and she also works in the New York Times. So I'm going to ask for some favors and try to see if there's some way that I could get somebody involved on a real reporter basis. Maybe I can call up somebody and see if they'll follow up on the story. Maybe we can get another newspaper to prove that they were wrong or something like that. I'm just trying to think and brainstorm about my resources. I will call up the Wall Street Journal. I'll act like I'm somebody else. I'll try to ask the right questions. I'll try to get results. I promise you that much. But the least you guys can do is go and tweet them at it. If not for yourselves, do it for me, because I got out of my fucking bed sick as fuck just to talk to you guys about this. So please do that. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I love these conversations. I wish I could be doing a lot more streams, but as I just said, I'm sick, man. And I wanted to stream today, but this is going to be it. I'm going to go take some NyQuil. I got it right here. About to pass the fudge out. I took this before. I got some NyQuil. We're going to be chilling.
Plug out that bottle. You'll be all right.
Thank you, Jen, for popping in. Pack a Puncher, shout out to you. Thank you guys for popping in. And everybody else who tuned in. Frag, Faye, everybody, I appreciate all yous to the fullest. Just like I always say, please do me that solid. Ask for answers. Let's stand united on this. And if any YouTuber who also comes head above water and start realizing this shit, I'd appreciate it if you guys spread the word too. And if YouTube happens to die, it's been fucking amazing. And I'll go fucking right over to Twitch or some other platform. We ain't never stopping. But you already know. Thank you, Tuna. Thank you, Ninja Tuna. Thank you, Big Tuna. And thank you, Tim Kane.
Not a problem,
I will
brother.
see you guys shortly. All right, guys. That's it. You already know. It's your favorite ninja. I'm signing out. I love all yous to death. If I'm not your favorite YouTuber, I'm your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Peace the fuck out.